Hello and welcome to the 1 year anniversary of the account. It's a little after the 1 year anniversary, but I've been overseas, so I couldn't do the update video. Here we are. It is week 52, roughly. The 16th of this month was the 1 year anniversary. It was very exciting stuff. We've achieved a lot, and so we're going to just go over everything that's been done over this past year and see what we can talk about. Of course, the start of the account, the birth of the account was the Executor Rush. We managed to achieve the Executor in 35 weeks. Very exciting. We got it on the 15th of December last year. So, very, very cool stuff. I managed to document most of that journey starting at week 4. How well we were doing in Squad and Fleet Arena, what level we were getting. We managed to get to level 85 in 14 weeks, which I think is pretty standard stuff if you're doing the energy refreshes. I know it can take a lot longer than that, but 14 weeks I think is pretty good. Then of course we got our first relict character. Who was that? Who I think was Darth Vader. First relict character on the account. Wasn't until week 19, and we just took him straight to Relic 7. Darth Vader at Relic 7, it was very exciting. And we done that. After we completed Dr. Aphra, we moved, or after we completed the Executor, we moved on to going for Dr. Aphra and a bit of account stabilization. We were doing a bunch of different things, trying to do a bit better in Grand Arena as we were just facing too many incredibly powerful opponents. And I thought, why not go for Dr. Aphra at the same time as we're getting all these characters geared up. Gear 12 was the target for most of these characters. Some relics for the Aphra requirement, some relics for our future Jedi Knight Luke journey. But pretty much Gear 12s across the board, as I feel like that's a great gear level to kind of make a character minimum viable. There are some characters that operate at lower gear tiers. There are some characters that aren't good until they get into relics, but at least at Gear 12 you've got a decent amount of protection and survivability. Their stats are jumping up. Some characters only get their good stats once the Gear 12 gear pieces are put on the character, but I've just gone to Gear 12 and that's it. Helps with a lot of the pilots, with the ships as well, like Jedi Knight Anakin, like Ahsoka Tano, like others who are definitely in this list, Mescar Mando, for example. So we started off at 1.6, almost 1.7 million galactic power after we got our 7-star Executor, and as of week 52, just under 3 million. So we managed to get a little over 1 million galactic power, well, 1.3 million galactic power in a 20-week period, which I think is pretty good, especially considering we're free to play. Now we're moving on to the Jabba journey. I've already started putting the tables in, getting the automatic color application formulas into the cells, and it's all happening. As you can see, we've already got quite a few characters at 7 stars for the requirement. Boba Fett is even completed thanks to the Executor. But we are currently working on Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. And with that, let's go into the game. So what I've been working on recently, finishing off this after the Executor teams. We've got Rolo up to Gear 12. We've got R2-D2 up to Gear 12, so I can take those off. I've managed to put some Chirotechs on all of these characters now, so they're at least Gear 10 with the Mandalorian, but he needs 2 more Chirotech pieces. Moff Gideon only needs one more Chirotech to get to gear 12, will be good. Dark Trooper needs a couple more. Rex needs a couple more. But I think I may leave it there. I'm pretty happy with the increased power of Dark Trooper, getting him from gear, I think he was gear 9 to gear 11, has been a surprisingly large jump in offensive power, so I might just keep him there. Moff Gideon as well has gotten a lot more protection now, so his survivability has increased. He's also got a lot more speed just in those last couple of gear tiers he's gotten. If I am to gear up any of these characters any further, probably Moff Gideon, because he just needs that one more piece and he's at gear 12. It'll also give him a bit of extra speed, which should help in the Gid May lineup in 3v3 Grand Arena. The Mandalorian's increased his survivability, he's increased his speed a bit. I just don't want to have to apply more Chirotechs to characters that aren't going to be unlocking me anything in the future. I know Mandalorian is very good, but I just don't know if I want to invest that much further. Captain Rex is another character who's just kind of good without relics. Of course, he needs relics for Leia, and the higher the relics, the better he is and better he makes that Phoenix team. But he's doing what he needs to do. The Omicron puts in work. So I think I'll kind of leave them off there. And we'll just start moving on to 3PO. Speaking of 3PO, gearing up the Ewoks now. Wicket is gear 10. I'll probably take Wicket to gear 11, maybe even gear 12 for the 3PO event. Same with Chief Chirper. 11, maybe 12 for the 3PO event. Ewok Elder, I'm pretty happy with gear 11 right now. Logray, I don't think I'll apply any more gear. Paplu being the tank, I think I want to get him at least one more gear tier to just try out survivability there. But it may end up being I take him to gear 11 as well, just so he's a bit more survivable. The Ewoks do get occasional Galactic Challenge feats required for them, so it's not the end of the world if I gear them up a bit more, but I also don't want to spend 6 hours praying for the RNG gods to let me get C-3PO to 7 stars. But if we can, we'll be in a pretty good spot. So not too much more gear required for there. Our second Jedi Knight Luke requirement has been achieved. Our third, in fact, Jedi Knight Luke requirement has been achieved. If we head down here to Jedi Knight Luke, we have Wampa done, completed. Even the recommended power level is there, so Wampa should be able to do this first tier. No dramas. CLS is unlocked at 7 stars. We just need to start gearing him up. But Captain Han Solo is at Relic 3. He's still quite below the recommended power, so we'll have to see how that goes. I'm hoping 3PO and Chewie will be able to kind of carry us through this event. Rollo will be our next relic character. You may be wondering why I'm relicking the worst character requirements, but I do have Sana Staros and they both fit in the Sana Staros team. So just making my Sana Staros team more viable, faster, would be nice to have. You can see 3PO just needs that last star. We can start gearing them up. I've got this at 7 stars, and I applied a little bit of gear to Wedge, but I will probably have to take up Wedge's X-Wing to level 85 just to be able to do this tier. But with the Relict Chewbacca, you would assume the Millennium Falcon kind of just carries. Hermit Yoda's at 7 stars, we're all good. That needs to be done as well. Of course, Lando needs to be done. And then it's CLS again. And Darth Vader we've had done since week 19, pretty much, so that's good. I've recently remodded my Darth Vader to be faster. He's still not super fast, but he's got some pretty good mods now. If we want to check him out, I've managed to get him up to 264 speed. I've been struggling with Relict Geonosian Brood Alphas because their summon is really fast when they're Relict, and it's just, he's no longer being a counter to the Geonosians. So now that I've got him a bit faster, he can once again go before them, and we can get some good stuff going there. Pretty happy with that. So once we get Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, it'll just be all steam ahead for Jabba the Hutt. I don't know how long he's going to take. I don't really know how long it takes to farm up the legend tokens and the ultimate ability material tokens and stuff like that. But the relics should be done in the next 30 weeks? Is that ambitious? I think the Chirotechs might hold me back, but I am just more willing to spend crystals on Chirotechs now. I want to keep at least a pool of 4,000-ish crystals just sitting around in case of a Galactic Chase event or a marquee, so I can buy the marquee packs. They sneak up on you, or if I want to do a lot more energy refreshes. But Chirotechs are coming in really slow, so I'm gonna have to start spending crystals on them. As for our ship progress, our ship energy, I'm not refreshing the energy at all, but we're very close to finally getting the Rebel Y-Wing. It has been a really long time. The drop rate has been garbage, to the point where the TIE Defender has caught up a lot to the Rebel Y-Wing. So we've nearly 7-starred both of those ships. Just throughout the day, I get enough energy to farm all of the Y-Wing, the TIE Defender, and then do most, if not all, of Lando's Millennium Falcon as well, which I've managed to get to 5 stars. Just preemptively pre-farming the requirements for the Radis, as that is slow goings. Needing to get all of those ships to 7 stars just to get a 5-star Radis is a bit rough. As you can see, the Gauntlet Starfighter is nearly at 7 stars, and just a few minutes ago I got my last shard for the TIE Silencer, and that is now at 7 stars, which is exciting. Our last couple requirements for the finalizer are just, I believe Kylo Ren's command shuttle is the last one I need to 7 stars, and then I'm good to go. Rey's Millennium Falcon and Lando's Millennium Falcon are coming in very, very slowly. The Ebon Hawk I only kind of star up when these guys get close to the next star level, because I need like 1,600 of the white signal data, 1,200 of the green signal data, and almost 500 of the blue signal data for Jabba and all the Jabba requirements. Oh, not even for Jabba, just for the Jabba requirements and the Jedi Knight Luke requirements. So most of my Cantina energy will be going there for the time being, the distant future. As far as Fleet Arena is concerned, thank goodness I'm still getting first whenever I remember to do it. We have another profundity in the Shard now, but it's only a 4-star profundity, so it's not too tough to deal with. At least not with my 7-star Executor. If anything, some of these other 7-star Executors are starting to become very inconsistent wins, so it's very worrying about that. But hopefully we can have a chat in the Shard Discord server and figure out what's going on there. Maybe we can make our ships a little easier. The owner of the Leviathan is happy to just stay in 2nd place. They don't do fights, they don't have to. It's a 2nd account for them anyway, so it's not so bad. Thanks to Aphra, we've managed to stick in the top 200. I get close to 100, but I cannot beat Galactic Legend Rey or Galactic Legend Kylo Ren at all. Sith Eternal Emperor is easy, very easy. Sometimes he gets killed before some of his teammates, but those other 2 Galactic Legends, ultimate or not, it's just nigh impossible to beat those guys. Grand Arena, I'm somehow just managing. Chromium 3 has been a blast. I got up to Chromium 2 and then knocked back down to Chromium 3. 3v3 has been awful. I don't think I went against anyone that had lower than 7 million galactic power, but one person did a ship-only defense, and I was able to clear the ship, so I managed to beat them by a few banners. And then my second opponent just didn't attack, so I'm staying in Chromium 3. We'll see how 5v5 goes. Maybe it'll be a bit better. Dark Side Energy Battles, I'm just doing the Ray node, mostly for Ray's Millennium Falcon, but I don't have Ray at 7 stars yet, so that's pretty good. And then the Light Side Battles, we are still farming Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle, as I was talking earlier. We got signed to 7-star months ago, and Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle is on its final star progress. We are doing the BTLB Y-Wing. It is slow and steady, and Wrecker is just about at 7 stars. And then 3PO and Chewie, because I have to relic pretty much all of CLS's team, I may as well get all of CLS's team. This has been pretty bad drop rates. Nothing has been as bad as Bosk, but C3PO and Chewie are definitely nearing it. And we've got Fennec Shand, who is finally on their last star journey. I think I'll probably stop farming this Fennec Shand node once I get her to 7 stars. I don't really need the Extinction Class Bomber anytime soon, and it's not super useful outside of the Leviathan, to my knowledge. I haven't looked into it too much, but I feel like it's not a priority for me, seeing as I can't go for Leviathan for at least another 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, due to the Proving Grounds characters. Then Mod Energy is just mod upgrade materials. Mod upgrade materials. Constantly, I have grey 5-speed mods. Constantly, I don't have any upgrade materials to take them any higher to see if they're any better. So it's these fusion discs and these power flow control chips that I just never have any of. I've been upgrading a lot more mods to 6 dot recently, so I'm also running out of these Mark 1 amplifiers, but you need yellow mods to take them to 6 dots in the first place, so these are the things I'm after. I haven't really farmed mods in a while, and because I'm just constantly needing to upgrade the mods I already have, or wanting to upgrade the mods I already have, and I'm not acquiring new characters very quickly anymore, so there's not a need for a constant influx of mods to be able to apply to new characters. I'll have to farm some mods when we get Jedi Knight Luke, because all of my mods had speed on them, and we don't want to give him speed if he's going to be the leader, which he will be for quite some time. The guild is doing fantastic in raids and just doing fantastic in general. Really supportive place. Lots of great people in that guild. I don't contribute to the dialogue very much, but I'm always happy to be there. I still haven't been paid out for the territory battle. Maybe this is it. Maybe this message is it. Nope. Still haven't been paid out for the territory battle kerfuffle that happened at the start of the last week. So we'll see how that goes. But we're getting 17 stars in Rise of the Empire and 30 or so Wat Tambor shards. I think maybe Darkside Geo is only going to get run 1 or 2 more times, so I'll probably just miss out on 7-starring my Wat Tambor. Where is he? Where is he? He's around there. So I'll probably just miss out, but I can stop farming Kiadi Mundi a little bit if I want to take up Wat Tambor to the last few shards and get him to 7 stars for the eventual Kenobi unlock down long into the future. As for the... what's it called? What's this thing called? Here, Conquest. It's still not fun. I'm still struggling to complete battles, especially with these new data discs that are out. I no longer can just send in Bam with a couple of Mandalorians that revive. They die, everyone gets dots, and Bam just kind of finishes them off. The Zealous Ambition data disc is pretty good, and with Aphra, it makes her hit a lot harder, but somehow BT1 is still doing more damage than Aphra in most instances. It's actually bonkers to me. But I also still haven't finished a normal conquest all the way through, which means even if I get to 4 million galactic power, I can't do hard conquest until that has been done. Which means I'll probably need to refresh some energy in conquest, maybe in the next conquest, or as I get closer to 4 million galactic power, as I don't do that currently, because I don't think the rewards in the normal difficulty chest are really worth the crystals, and I don't use datacrons, so I don't need the energy for that. As far as energy refreshing is concerned with crystals, I do the 50s for the normal, the 100s for the cantina, and that's it. I don't do mod energy refreshes, even though I probably should, and I don't do ship energy refreshes, because I would rather bank up the crystals for a rainy day instead of, get consistent stuff. All the rest of my energy after those hard nodes just goes towards 7C on normal to get Chirotex, which drop rate has been fluctuating pretty hardcore recently, but it's the best use of the energy. All of my Grand Arena currency goes to getting battle computers. All of my guild events currency goes towards Kiadimundi, the Negotiator, and currently I've actually been spending all the Get 1 on characters. Director Krennic I would rather not have to farm up with energy. Imperial Super Commando I've been grabbing, Gar Saxon I've been grabbing, the Gauntlet I've been grabbing. I was originally getting Poe Dameron's X-Wing as well as one other ship, but I haven't the need for that at the moment. Whenever it shows up in the fleet arena, I pick it up there. Because I'm in no rush to finally 7-star them. I still need to get Rey's Falcon and Lando's Falcon to 7 stars, and even then, I'm not going to be investing in the Radis until it's time for Rey, which is quite a ways away. Finally, future plans for the account. You may have already figured it out, and I have said it. We're going Jedi Knight Luke into Jabba the Butt. And they were pretty excited. From Jabba, we'll probably take another break like we did after the Executor, and I might go after either Jedi Knight Cal Kestis or Starkiller. Both very cool characters from very fun games. Perhaps you can suggest one or the other. Almost all of Cal's requirements are accelerated now, and they will be by the time I've finished Jabba. It also allows me to get Merrin for Night Sisters, which will help with assault battles. Plus, the Night Sister team is just pretty solid. I understand that Starkiller's a really solid team, but I still don't have Mara Jade, and he still wants Omicrons for GAC. Jedi Knight Cal, I think, can get away with no Omicrons, so we'll see how that goes. Exciting stuff nonetheless. Then we'll probably go for either Profundity or Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, because you need Jedi Knight Rey, Jedi Training Rey, sorry, for Luke, and I want to unlock BB-8 using Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, because that's funny, and you need BB-8. You need BB-8 to get Jedi Training Rey, you need Jedi Training Rey for regular Rey and for Galactic Legend Luke. So, yeah. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Plus, First Order, not a bad faction. Not a bad fleet. SLKR's just a really solid PvE character as well. Plus, he'll help with an assault battle. So, that's that. Happy 1 year anniversary to me, to the account, to anybody who's been watching for the whole year. Thank you so much for the support. It's always been fun. Uploads for GAC will be starting again very shortly now that I'm back from holidays. And as well as other content I want to make as I make it. But we'll be predominantly focusing on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, at least for now. Thank you so much for watching. Sure to ask any questions in the comments. I can give advice if people are interested in account reviews. I may be interested in making an account review video. It's not going to be your standard review because I've only got a year of knowledge in the game. It's a good year of knowledge, but end game knowledge I have none of. So new accounts who don't have Lightspeed bundle or Hyperdrive bundle, you know, I can help direct in certain ways. I'll check your Jawas, I'll check your Ewoks, I'll check your Tuskens, I'll give some mod advice, all the sort of very rudimentary stuff I can do. But if that's something that interests you, be sure to comment and we'll look into it. Streams will be starting up again this Wednesday, and all that information is in the Happy Fish Discord, which should be linked on the YouTube channel. If it's not, I'll have to rectify it. But thank you so much again, and of course, thanks for watching. Bye! And scene, alright, the YouTube video's over, gang. The YouTube video's over.